All right, Dave Chappelle fans, it looks like we are in the next chapter of Dave Chappelle's Unforgiven, where it turns out, like Netflix did last month, HBO Max has decided to remove the Chappelle Show by the end of the year. December 31st, they are going to honor Dave Chappelle's request to take the show down. Looks like there was a conversation that went on a few days ago. The news was confirmed by HBO and HBO Max Chief Content Officer Casey Bloys, B-L-O-Y-S, in a conversation with Variety Magazine. We've had a conversation with Dave. I won't get into it, but it's very clear that it's a very unique and specific and emotional issue he's got. So at the end of the year, we're going to honor his request to take the show down. Chappelle explained on Instagram that Viacom CBS, remember this was the Unforgiven, the 18-minute video where he explained, I don't even want to call it a comedy special. It was like just Dave doing his thing, getting on stage, had a cigarette in hand, and the mic pretty much told the story. And he explained that Viacom CBS had licensed the Comedy Central series without paying him, which prompted his request. When I left the show, I never got paid, he said. I found out that these people were streaming my work and they never had to ask me, or they never have to tell me. Perfectly legal because I signed the contract. Remember that part, guys. Perfectly legal because I signed the contract. He continued, but is it right? I don't think so either. That's why I like working with Netflix. I like working with Netflix because when all those bad things happened, in reference to signing the contract and whatever, when all those bad things happened to me, that company didn't even exist. And here's another kicker too. In the same video, Chappelle revealed that HBO originally rejected his pitch to the show, which was brought to them before it went to Comedy Central. They said, literally, what do we need you for? That was what they told me as they kicked me out of their office. What do we need you for? And here we are all these years later, and they're streaming the very show I was pitching to them. So I'm asking them, what do you need me for? So it looks like, yet again, that's another victory for Dave Chappelle in regards to, hopefully getting to the point where there could possibly be renegotiations on the contract in order to get compensation for the Chappelle Show. Because remember, he even said in the Unforgiven video that people say, hey, when are you going to do a Chappelle Show again? It's like, I honestly was thinking about doing another Chappelle Show, but I can't do a Chappelle Show because since I signed the contracts and all, Viacom, CBS, they own it, meaning that I cannot do a Chappelle Show. They have the name, the Chappelle Show. I don't have that. So basically, it's like if he did some sort of other sketch show, it would have to be under another moniker. Similar to how, it's just a perfect example, because I listened to some of the music earlier yesterday night, because technically it's like 5 a.m. when I'm recording this. So several hours ago, the Jackson 5, when they decided to leave, Motown for Epic Records, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Epic Records? And Berry Gordy took the Jackson 5 name. Like, the Jacksons didn't even own their own name. And if memory serves, the Jackson 5 was the name of the group prior to Motown. So from there, they became the Jacksons, not the Jackson 5. So in the same, same vein here, we have the Chappelle Show not being able to be called the Chappelle Show if Dave Chappelle decided to bring it back. So it looks like there might be some renegotiations in the future, maybe with Viacom, but it's good to see that things are moving forward. But let me just say, and I'll probably do a separate video on this because I've been getting into interesting conversations with people in the comment section of various other YouTube channels. Comedy Hype, one of the best ones for this. They posted a video a couple days ago about why are people behind Dave Chappelle but not Monique when it comes to boycotting certain things, basically streaming services. But like I said, I'll do a separate video on that. I just wanted this one to focus on the, yet another victory for Dave Chappelle and the fact that, when you are a powerhouse in the industry, people will listen. So I just want to say the biggest takeaway for me is the fact that Chappelle said it's perfectly legal for them to share the stuff because I signed the contract. So I'll kind of put a check mark or hit the pause button on this video and then I'll move over to the Monique video so you can check that out too. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate the support on the channel. Shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. You can join in for as little as $1 a month, or you can just hit me up on PayPal or Cash App. Either is accepted, and it is very much appreciated. Or if you don't want to donate financially because it is the Christmas season, completely understandable, continue to watch my content, because the more views, the comments, the likes, that helps the YouTube algorithm. So my videos get out there more, they get more views, I get more money. So hopefully I can get a house next year. So with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. And yeah, leave your thoughts on this. What do you think? Do you think HBO, Netflix, and all these streaming services should take the Chappelle show down, or do you think they should keep them up because technically speaking, it is perfectly legal?